So, I see you got a steak and egg burrito there. You're not eating the thing, and I was asking if you're doing the keto diet.
Yeah, no, I don't do keto. I've done it in the past, but the problem with keto right now, a lot of companies try to market that, and I was actually talking to a lady last night about it and how she was doing some keto stuff, and how the biggest problem with a lot of these diets, man, it doesn't go back, I mean, it goes back to like the 1980s, for example, you know, even the whole low-fat type craze. A lot of people are thinking, especially when it comes to keto, oh, as long as I keep my carbs low, I can eat whatever the fuck I want. You know, same thing with like intermittent fasting. Oh yeah, really? I can eat anything I want between this 8-hour window? And it doesn't quite work like that.
You get some napkins out of the bag.
But no, you still have to be in a caloric restriction right there. But, all right.
Now I've found recently we've been doing our workouts. We've been catching a couple of them on camera. And you know, obviously we're in the whole global crisis, quarantine, you know, so I'm not doing any martial arts right now.
Right.
But I'm getting our workouts in. But I found myself really, my appetite is really big, you know.
That's hormonal.
And I've recently become conscious because, as you know, I've lost about 60 pounds. I did that in about 3 months, but that was in the past, you know, I've lost 60 pounds, you know, in the past 6 months. And that loss was in about a 3-4 month period. But anyway, I learned during that period, I became conscious of carbs, my carb intake, you know, and that's a big part. That's the first thing I cut is carbs. Now I'm obviously back on them. I got some tortillas here, you know, I eat cookies. But I'm conscious of the carbs right now, right?
Yeah.
So today was a day when we weren't going to work out, so instead of having oatmeal or cereal for breakfast, I had a bunch of eggs and some sausage, you know what I mean? But what I've been trying to do, because the proteins like don't really fill me up, so normally I have 3 eggs, you know, but this,
Actually, twice as many.
huh?
Twice as many.
What do you mean twice as many?
I have 6 eggs for breakfast. I cut that down actually. I used to have 12. 2 whole egg whites, 10 egg, or 2 whole eggs, 10 egg whites. I used to do that all the time.
Yeah, so today I had 5, you know, 5 eggs, and then some sausage.
Okay. Yeah.
So you don't believe in keto?
Well, like I said, here's the problem with keto, is that you got a lot of companies that capitalized on it, all right? So they come up with this fucking keto bread, this fucking, like, keto candy and shit, and what it does just makes people fat, you know, because now they're starting to look for excuses on, oh, okay, fine, I want to have lower carb, but I still want to have my bread, you know? Well, if you're still wanting to have bread,
Well, that would
then don't go on keto. I mean, it's you know, you're wasting your time here, you know. It's like saying, oh, I want to do paleo, but I want to have, you know, chips or something like that. I mean, okay, well then don't do that then. I mean, you need to follow something else then, you know. I mean, if you're trying to follow something and then you're trying to cheat on that, then don't do that, because you're going to fail right there. I mean, that's why these diets fail. I mean, because, you know, either they become too restrictive or they become, I mean, you have cravings then for something else. You know, one has to also assess, you know, their level of commitment, discipline as well. I mean, for example, you know, the newest thing out there right now is people wanting to take keto to the next level and just go carnivore, which is basically where you're eating nothing but, you know, meat. I mean, steak, eggs, chicken. They do throw in some cheese there as well. Things like coffee, for example, are not allowed. Yeah. They're controversial, but anyway. But yeah. Another big thing out there: artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners huge. A lot of people.
That's what's
think,
in
you know,
here.
yeah, a lot of people think that, you know.
We got let's see what's in here. Erythritol.
Okay. What you got to watch with that, that's a
stevia leaf.
non-digestible carbohydrate right there. The problem with a lot of the artificial sweeteners out there is that they still contain calories, and they can spike insulin. They can also cause
What
sugar
about this one, the
cravings later on.
erythritol and the stevia?
That's a non-digest. Stevia is that does not actually affect blood sugar levels. Ethanol, I mean, that's another. It's a sugar I know that I think goes over your tongue, but it doesn't directly affect your insulin levels as much.
So
I mean,
these are okay?
Yeah, as opposed to like dextrose, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
like in a
one's-
Gatorade.
Yeah, or
is that
just
dextrose?
like you like little sweeteners for coffee, stuff like that.
All right. So what's your diet look like these days?
I'm doing carnivore.
You are doing carnivore.
Yeah, I do 2 whole eggs in the morning with 4 egg whites, and usually post workout I will have quarter pound grass-fed ground beef, and then it depends. For the dinner I might have 2 chicken legs, and if it's an off day, what I would normally have is I would have the 2 whole eggs, 4 egg whites, and then I would do a half a pound of grass-fed steak divided into 2 servings for the rest of the day right there. I monitor my energy levels. My energy levels are still very, very high.
What do you do for fiber? Get all that protein processed.
Nothing. I mean, it is controversial for taking a multivitamin. I take it. I mean, they're so cheap insurance right there, you know. Maybe on my off day I might have an energy drink if I feel the need or something like that. But you combine that with intermittent fasting, and obviously, I mean, my strength is
You do
through the
IF?
roof. It's so easy to. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's, you know, when I have clients in the evening, I normally have to finish my dinner by about 3:30 anyway. So I mean, to have breakfast at 8, dinner by 3:30.
Clients,
that's
are
not
you a
even
gigolo or what?
what?
You're a gigolo?
No, I have a credit consulting business, but
Okay.
no, I'm just saying. I mean, it's so easy to do. But like I said, you know, another big problem, the intermittent fasting. Yes, it does work. However, there is nothing out there that gives you the green light to consume as many calories as you want. You know, another very popular one, the OMAD diet, 1 meal a day.
Yes.
You only eat between, let's say, 12 and 1. Something like that, but you can eat as much as you want. And again, you cannot eat as much as you want. You can't take that 1 hour and just go to the buffet and consume 10,000 calories. I mean, it's like, that's not how it works.
Well,
That's
you
not
say
how it
you
works.
can't. I mean, obviously you can technically, physically do it. So what do you mean you can't? You mean the results will be bad? Like, what do you mean?
You would become skinny fat. In other
What
words,
is
you
that?
would just be, very low muscle mass, no strength, higher body fat percentage.
Uh-huh.
The classic dad bod. You know, in other words, people would look at you like, bro, do you even lift?
Okay.
You know, you get a lot of these people, obviously, over
So you eat the same thing every day?
I try to vary it a little bit. My dinner, especially on a workout day, I always like to go for the wild caught, salmon, and or again, I might go for some organic chicken. You keep the portion sizes low. Always monitoring energy levels. I have a tremendous amount of energy. I like to keep my calories right now at about 1,000 per day. I can do just fine on that. You know, I mean, I do. I mean, I had this, and I had my 2 whole eggs and 4 egg whites this morning. You know, because I don't know.
That's going to be it for the day?
That's it. Yeah, that's it right there.
Now you say you have your clients in the evening, which helps with your intermittent fasting. So you mean basically you'll have like a early dinner and then that's it?
Yeah, because I don't believe in eating late right there. That's just I don't want to wait that long. One of the problems with waiting too long like that is now you're going to overeat. See what I mean? There's nothing worse than going into a restaurant hungry. You don't want to ever go to the grocery store hungry, for example. You do that, now you're going to overbuy food, you know. You go to the grocery store with a specific list in mind.
Yeah.
You know, you got to document, sir. You got to. I mean, otherwise, you fail to plan, planning to failure. You know, it's that saying. In fact, again, you don't want to go through the insanity diet. You don't want to go through the insanity workout. Otherwise, what's going to happen if people do the same thing over and over and over again, and they wonder, why the hell am I not getting any results?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, then of course, what would be the first thing a trainer would ask you? What are you eating? I don't know. Okay, what are you doing for your training pro? Well, I do a little of this, little of that. Huh? I mean, it's like, dude, this person isn't even, workable. I mean, they need some sort of documentation. They need some sort of it's like a person who, again, is consistently going into debt or something like that, or is on the verge of declaring bankrupt. Well, what's your income like? Well, I make this. What do you expect? I don't know. It's like, you know, I mean.
Hey, I'm Cheyenne Camel, and quarantine at home isn't an excuse not to get your at-home workouts in. I found mine at allgymreviews.com.